everybody, this is Miss Cross, and I am going to do a little video showing you how we do division in 4th grade so that you can help understand the way we're teaching your students and that you can help support them as they practice this at home. So, excuse me, the first thing to remember is that the way we teach division to 4th graders is very different than the way most of us learned when we were in school. And we appreciate you embracing these new ways of doing it as we teach the kids, because this is what they're expected to know now in 4th grade. So, the first strategy is called partial quotients. And in this strategy, we are actually going to use repeated subtraction and multiplication to divide numbers. Now, this one is a little tricky because it looks like what we know to be old school long division, but that's not what it is. So, for example, if we were going to do 123 divided by 3, okay? So you set it up. We call this a big 7, okay? And you put 123 here, and you put 3 here. Now, we use what we call cheater numbers when we do this, and I'm just going to put them at the top of the page. The kids should know these. And we use these because they're easy numbers to multiply with. You can do this using other numbers, but typically we try to encourage the kids, until they know more multiplication facts, to stick with these cheater numbers. So what we do is we think about the number 3, and we think about what can we multiply 3 by to get a product close to 123. We know we might not get exactly 123, but we want to get close. So that's where these numbers come in. So we usually start with the biggest. So we think if we multiplied 3 by 100, we would get 300. And now the number has to be smaller than this. So 300 is too big. We can't subtract it from 123. So then we go to the next number, 50. 3 times 50 would be 120. I'm sorry, 150, which again is too big. We cannot subtract it from 123. So then we go to the next number, which is 20. If we multiplied 3 times 20, we're going to get 60. That number is kind of close to 123. So we're going to use that. So we're going to take 20 and we're going to write it on this side. And we are going to multiply 3 times 20. You can put a multiplication symbol right here if it helps you remember. 3 times 20 equals 60. And we're going to put it right underneath. We're going to be sure our ones are lined up, our tens are lined up, and our hundreds, because a lot of times the kids kind of scoot these numbers around, and that can make them have mistakes in their calculation. So we now have 123 minus 60. So 3 minus 0 is 3. 2 minus 6 we can't do. They might recognize that if we borrow, we're still going to end up with 12. So you're going to do 12 minus 6. If they need to do that step, they can actually cross this out, make this a 0, and move the 1 over. So now they have 12 minus 6 is 6. Now we're going to repeat the same process again. So I'm going to think, what can I multiply 3 by to get close to 63? Well, we just did 20 and we got 60, so that's going to work again. So we're going to do another 20. 3 times 20, put the number under here with the place values lined up, and subtract again. We're just repeating the process until our number gets too small or we have no number left. So 3 minus 0 is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0. Now we think, oh, if we multiply 3 times 1, we're going to get 3. So 3 times 1 equals 3. We subtract. When we get a 0, we know we're finished, okay, with this part. We still have to deal with our numbers over here, but this part is done. If you get a number down here that is smaller than the divisor, that is going to be your remainder. Now, this time we didn't. We got 0. So remember, this is called partial quotients. These are the partial quotients. So what we have to do now is add them together. 0 plus 0 plus 1 equals 1. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So our answer is 41. Okay, so let me do one more to show you. Let's try 246 divided by 5. Okay, now I know, because this is not a multiple of 5, it doesn't have a 5 or 0. I know it's not going to work out perfectly, but I want to show you an example that has a remainder. Okay, so we can put our cheater numbers back up here. Okay, so if you remember, we do our big, huge 7. Our 246 goes here. Our 5 goes here. So remember, we're going to start with the biggest number here, and we're going to think if I multiply 5 times 100, I'm going to get 500. That number is too big. I can't subtract it. So let's go to this one. 5 times 50 is going to be 250. That's just barely too big, but we cannot use it. So we're going to come to the next one. 5 times, remember, write the 20 over here. 5 times 20 is 100. We're going to subtract. 6 minus 0 is 6. 4 minus 0 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. So now we have 146. So we're going to start again. What can we multiply 5 by to get close to this? We know that 500 would be too big. 250 would be too big. 100 would be perfect. So let's do 20 again. 5 times 20 equals 100. Subtract. 6 minus 0 is 6. 4 minus 0 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we're going to start again. What can I multiply 5 by to get close to 46? Hopefully some of them will start recognizing that 5 times something is 45, and hopefully they know that 5 times 9. And remember, you don't have to use these numbers. If they're recognizing multiplication facts and other numbers they can use, that is perfectly fine. So 5 times 9 is 45. And if we subtract this, 6 minus 5 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. This number is smaller than 5. So I know that that is my remainder. So now I've got to come back over here, add my partial quotients. 0 plus 0 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4 with this remainder of 1. So the answer here is 49, remainder 1. Okay, so that is the partial quotient model, the partial quotient strategy for division. I will be doing another recording with our other division strategy, but this is my favorite, and I think a lot of the kids prefer this one. So for now, if you want to help them work on this, it would be very much appreciated. We appreciate your support. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.